Yo, 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 my people. My name is Naomi, or Naotri on the internet, and this year I decided that I was gonna teach myself to crochet. And so the day I'm recording this video, July 26th, 2023, is my 6th month anniversary of the very first day when I picked up the hook and actually started to learn. So let me take you on that journey and show you all the things I've crocheted in that 6-month time. I'm gonna try to go in the order of what I crocheted. Don't mind my chair, it's broken, so I don't have any back support because boom if I try. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go in the order, but most likely I'll get it off or something. I started with the woobles, and so I did Jojo the bunny. That's how I learned the basics, really. And this took me a while because I didn't have much time to be actually doing it. And so I would do like 2 or 3 rounds a day, and like sometimes those were split up. And you can tell I made a lot of mistakes. Like these ears, I did them inside out. Like I forgot to flip them back the correct way. And she's got lots of holes. Can you see? Lots of holes, but I need to go quicker because we're gonna be here forever if I go at this rate. So after that, I just decided to learn the basic stitches. So I already knew the single crochet, but I tried to do that just in a row. It did not turn out well. This was my first attempt. Somehow I got the numbers wrong, the count wrong, but then I did it again and it was a little bit better. So this was just practicing single crochet even though I knew how to do that. And then I learned half double crochet, double crochet, and then the treble crochet stitches. And then I was like, I need to practice and like get a hang of doing the magic circles because I knew I wanted to do amigurumi mostly. And so I just practiced those a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I want to actually make something. And this pink yarn was all that I had at the time. So I just got it to practice and learn. I wanted to make something amigurumi-like. So this is what came of that. I was trying to make like more of a ball type of thing. And I guess I thought I messed up because it looked like this. But now that I'm seeing it again, I realized that I just need to thread this in and it might actually look more like a ball. But I'm gonna treasure this like this forever. And then I decided it was time to learn the granny square. And so I think I did Hooked on Robin's tutorial and I did my first granny square. This yellow yarn is literally yarn from when I was a child because I learned to knit when I was a lot younger, like 8 or 9 or something. My grandma taught me, but I never really knit anything specific. I just knew how to knit. Like I could just knit forever in squares. And so I had some yarn from when I was little and it's so coarse. It's so bad. I don't know if that's just time or if this yarn was just that bad. But anyway, first granny square ever. I promise you there's a lot more. You can see some of it up there. A lot more fun things coming, but this was just the learning phase, okay? And then I wanted to do more amigurumi type of crochet, and so I just did this little like, it looks like a little water bottle holder or something, but it allowed me to crochet in rounds because I don't like crocheting in rows. Not the biggest fan of it. After all that, I decided it was time for me to learn to crochet like a big girl. This was gonna be a video I did on this channel and maybe one day I will. I don't know, I still have the footage. But I wanted to see if I could crochet like just using the knowledge I knew and not like having to look anything up because, you know, I learned all the basics essentially. And so I made this daisy pillow because if you know me, I love daisies so much. And you can tell because I have another crochet daisy thing down there, which you'll see later. But this is definitely not perfect. There's like lots of holes. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I still didn't know the correct hook size to use and stuff because the pattern called for a size 10, but this is jumbo yarn. And for me now I use a size 9. And also I'm better with my tension in general. So very beginner stuff. And I'll try to put on the screen who designed the pattern of all of these. Most of them will be on Instagram. This person was just, I just found this on Etsy. This is where the order of things gets a little wonky. I can't actually remember exactly what I crocheted next. I'm pretty sure I'm correct here, but I think the next thing was this plant. And this is from Not Monster's book of like potted plants. And I did this for my main channel when I hit 20K because it looks kind of like a plant in Bloxburg, which is the game I mainly play on there. And then after that, I made hanging plants from the same book. So this was the first one. And these hanging plants are gonna go up in my office. And then I made this one. Ooh, that's a long tendril right there. And then I took a month off in between between those two and the third one because I then made my mom a gift, which I'll pop up on the screen now because I don't have it in person. And hopefully I took enough pictures. I'm not sure if I did, but it was just a coaster set that could turn into a potted plant. Oh, and then I also crocheted, oh my gosh, both of the gifts that I gave away, I think I crocheted like back to back. I also crocheted a little baby sprouts that I sent to my friend who just had a baby recently this year. I think it was during that gap, I'm pretty sure, but I might be wrong. Now I have to look on Instagram because I'm not sure whether the third potted plant came next or some other things. Oh my gosh, wait, so many other things. So I was definitely right. It was the coasters and then the baby sprouts. And then, ta-da! I made this little daisy fellow in a crochet along with Vercat Av. I can't remember her name actually on Instagram, but I'll put it on the screen. And that was just such a fun experience. And I did it in jumbo, so it is huge in jumbo yarn. And I didn't have any like black yarn to embroider, and I also forgot to put the eyes on before closing it, so I had to embroider those. I tried to make them look blue, but I don't know. I might redo that embroidery one day. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but I will treasure it still no matter what. Before I did my mom's thing, this is a ditto. There it is. It no longer has a mouth because I had originally used like super thin yarn for the mouth, but I didn't like that. And then I got like size 6 chenille yarn, black, and made a mouth with it. And then my son ripped it out, so I made it for him. So I mean, it's his toy. He can do what he wants with it, I guess, but that's my ditto. After the daisy fellow was this bunny, which I definitely overstuffed. I don't know if you can see that. Also, her head is a little bit crooked. A lot of the things I sewed on at this point in my journey were crooked and still are sometimes. You'll see one that I just did that's very crooked. I'm not a fan of the overalls. I feel like I failed. I feel like anything that's not like directly a stuffed thing, I'm not the best at, especially having to weave in the ends. I feel very insecure about that if it's not a stuffed piece, but I still love her. Honestly, I might sell her one day. Okay, and then I think the order I did these, I have 3 little things on my desk that I did next. One was a blueberry. I'm pretty sure that was the first one. I also have another one up there that I did like much later. I love this. It's so cute. And then I can't remember now which of these 2 I did first, but I did a heart and a frog. Probably the frog was first. Also, I'm sorry if I've been looking not at the camera most of this video. I realize most of the time I'm looking at myself, so I'm so sorry. Usually I'm better at that, but usually I don't have to, like, it's not just me in the camera. It's usually I'm looking at a game. But I'm guessing I did the frog first because then I did another one of these because my son wanted one, and this one did not turn out nearly as cute as the first one. They literally look so different. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've really looked at them side by side like that before. Oh my gosh. And then yeah, this heart, I love it. So those 3 little things, the blueberry, the frog, and the heart, were a breath of fresh air because I feel like I had crocheted so many big things up to that point. And I now know I love making things that aren't too big, that you can like get done in 1 or 2 sittings. That's my favorite. And then finally, after all of that, I made the third hanging plant. And you can see, I don't know how well you can see it, but my stitches got so much tighter between doing the first 2 and doing this last one. I don't think I actually knew how to properly have good tension, but I learned finally. Oh my goodness, I love this next one. If you know me, I love all things cottage core, so I was shook that it took me this long to get to making these, but I started making some mushrooms, so I made this one first. So cute. Oh, and this one, I almost forgot. This one has a little booty, if you can see it. It's really small. Like, it's not as robust as it's meant to be. And I don't know why. I'm gonna make more of these probably in the future. Hopefully I can get that booty correct. And then, one of my very favorite things I've ever crocheted, which is also on my desk, a big mushroom boy. Oh, I literally love this thing so much, hence why it's on my desk. So I get to see it all the time. It's so cute. And Zani Handmade is the person who made the pattern. She's soon to release, when I'm recording this, she's soon to release a strawberry version. It has like a little stem on the top. Oh, it's so cute, and I can't wait to make that too. This is really where the order gets bonkers because for a while I was able to post on my crochet Instagram account in the order that I made them and pretty much on time, but I've gotten so behind and I mixed up some things. Like, I had taken pictures of things I made and I somehow posted one that I had done later before one that I'd done before that one, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. But I'm pretty sure Totoro was next. So yes, I made this little Totoro. It's a false bubble bubbles pattern. And also some things I didn't post either. That's true. So that's another reason why I might be off here. And then I did false bubbles Lofi cat pattern. It's so cute. I also forgot to put eyes on before closing, which tells me which one the next one is, because I did the same thing on the very next project as well. This little cat, I did make the tail a little bit shorter. I think I did 8 or 9 rows instead of 12. And then the next one, I also forgot to put eyes on before closing, but I love how it turned out with embroidered eyes. This little duck, I love it so much. Again, I feel insecure about, I don't know if you can see any of that, about weaving in ends, especially with this yarn. So I don't think I'd ever like make this to sell, but it's so cute. Yeah, I'm really off on the order here, y'all. I'm confused because I'm looking at my timeline on Instagram and something ain't right. I'm gonna say that the next thing I made, oh wait, Father's Day was somewhere probably before a few of the last things. Okay, for Father's Day, I made this for my husband because he recently realized that he most likely has ADHD. He's undiagnosed ADHD, and so fidgets are really good for people with ADHD or autism. And so I made him this one. I think this is by Cable and Canvas. It's a little mushy pop, but the color change I did on this was not secure, not sturdy. So I eventually, not directly after, it took me a little bit of time, I made him another one with a more secure color change, and that is still intact. It's just a little bit more noticeable. I was trying to do an invisible one, and the one I did on here, the way I did it, I think I could have done it better. Did not stay well. I think this one might have been before my duck, not sure, but I made this little frog. It's a no-sew pattern by, I think her name is AQ Handmade or something on Instagram. And then I did some things in between and then made the bunny because it's a 2-in-1 pattern. They're both no-sew. And this one I made with Bernat blanket, which is the first time I used it because I picked it up from Walmart because Walmart sells like just the vintage white for like plain color. They have like other ones that are like mixed colors. But it was my first time using Bernat blankets. One thing I love about Bernat blanket is that it doesn't shed. Love that so much, but I still think I love the feel of like normal chenille better. Disclaimer, anything that you see in here that you would love to like buy from me one day, let me know because I'm kind of putting together my list of patterns that I want to eventually make and sell. I already know a few things, like this next thing, which is one of my favorite things ever. This little chick with sprout on its head. I love this so much, and it's a no-sew pattern. One reason I love it, if you're a crocheter too, especially with Amigurumi, sewing is the worst part. I hate it so much. Isn't it so adorable? So I did make another one because I've started making things that I do want to eventually sell. So I made this one, but I made it with that Bernat blanket. I don't know how much you can tell that it's different. They are made from different yarns. And Bernat blanket is a little bit thicker than like normal size 6 chenille, even though it's also supposed to be a size 6 yarn. So this one's a bit bigger. But I did make some other things in between that. I made 3 more hearts that I will eventually sell. So I currently have 4 hearts, and I love these. They're so adorable. I would love to one day find out how to like multiply the pattern so that I can make like a huge heart pillow, because this is already with jumbo yarn. Still needs to be bigger because it's still so small. I'm just gonna get this next one out of the way because it's my least favorite thing I've ever crocheted. My son's 3rd birthday is coming up, and I made a bunch of water balloons with Bernat blanket. I actually went to the store and picked up Bernat blankets specifically for these because normal chenille yarn is not good for them. Can you see in here? I've made, I think this is only 35 of them, but I made 38 because 3 are just in a separate bag that I finished today. That was not fun. I think just the fact of having to do it over and over and over again, and the fact that it's not stuffed, and towards the end of the pattern, it gets a little bit hard to do it. And so I started having to like do really, really loose stitches to make it easier. All of that combines to me not liking to make them, and I don't think I'm ever gonna make them again. Or if I do, it's gonna be like 5 at a time and then take several months of a break before I make more. Wait, I was gonna show you one, but no, I'm showing you this next one. Oh, actually. So I made this little sprout. It's supposed to be like a cable tie, or you can also make a bookmark out of it, but this is specifically a cable tie because of this little hole at the bottom. But this is the first one, and you can see this leaf is not right. And also it just didn't contrast enough with my hair, and I wanted to put it around my headphones. So I made this one, and now you'll see me in this in most of my videos on my main channel. I am obsessed. This is something I definitely want to make more of and sell, but I'm gonna try using Bernat blanket for that, so we'll see how that goes. And then yesterday I just finished crocheting this, so this is definitely out of order. Technically some of the flowers I crocheted a while ago, but I made this little vine with flowers because I'm gonna be replacing my roses back there, but it's gonna be a lot cuter. Like, it's not just gonna be hanging like this. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself because I used other people's flower patterns. There's 2 different kinds of flowers on here from 2 different pattern designers, but then the vine I figured out completely on my own. So we're getting places. I'm learning. I'm like actually doing things of my own accord, one step closer to designing my own patterns. I'm so excited because that's something I really want to do too. This was that second blueberry I made. I just wanted to actually show you because I only pointed to it from a distance. But yeah, this one was kind of messed up because I don't think I cinched it together in the right spot because the hole is so big in the middle. You can still see the stuffing inside. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot something. Also for my son's birthday, a gift. I asked him what his favorite animal was, and he said panda. There we go. Okay, next up, this is so cute, but this was done recently. This is what I was talking about with the crooked sewing. This little moo plant. It has a little sprout. Anything with the sprout, I love. But yeah, this is from Cowley Crochet, and it is adorable. Disclaimer, this is not something I would ever make to sell because it is too much sewing. You literally have to sew this whole thing, the whole head on here. I just spotted something on my computer that I totally forgot. So this was downstairs drying, so I totally forgot about it. I made these granny squares from Hey Hey Crochet. I'm gonna add some little frills or tendrils, I don't know what you call them, at the bottom. And then I'm gonna add some yarn for it to hang up on the wall back there too. It's part of what is gonna replace those roses. Not done yet. And then I also made this little bunny. So cute. This is something I'm definitely gonna sell one day. And this is supposed to be the mouth, but I don't know if it looks like a mouth. You tell me. I might eventually make it so that that's actually a nose. And then I think I want to add a flower, and then in the future bigger eyes too. But on this one specifically, I'm just gonna add a little flower by her ears. And look how round and chubby she is. I did not expect her to be this round. She's so round and squishy and chubby. I love it. Okay, and last but not least, I have my current work in progress. I am making another big mushroom boy, but this time with a purple hat. So if you don't remember, that was this guy. So I'm making a purple little buddy for it. And although this one does involve some sewing, just, you know, these little stubs, the arms and the legs, I am definitely wanting to sell these one day because I love the pattern. I love it. I love the product. I love the pattern. I love making it. I love looking at it. I love everything about it so much. One of my favorites, obviously. Now that I'm done with those balloons, I can just focus on this and finish this and do a bunch of other things that I just want to do. Those balloons have been sucking at my life. Well, hopefully I didn't forget anything. I'm pretty sure that was everything. And you better believe that there is so much more to come. I have so many more things that are on my mind to make, to sell, just for fun, to make for people, for friends, and gifts and whatnot. So if you want to see all that, then stay tuned because I hope to do some more crochet content. I can't quite do it at the rate I would love to because it's not my main channel, but who knows, if y'all love my crochet content and this gets some love, then maybe I'll be able to devote more time and energy and everything towards it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you crochet and what you've made and what your favorite things to make are and how long you've been crocheting. I know that's a lot, sorry. But I love you all so much and I will see you next time. Bye.